स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय Ramakrishnaय ते नमः. A Brahmo is asking a question to Sri Ramakrishna. If it is God that makes me do everything, then I am not responsible for my sins. Master with a smile. Yes, Duryodhana also said that, O Krishna, I do what thou, seated in my heart, makest me do. If a man has the firm conviction that God alone is the doer and he is his instrument, then he cannot do anything sinful. He who has learned to dance correctly never makes a false step. One cannot even believe in the existence of God until one's heart becomes pure. Many people ask this question usually. If God is the doer, why should I suffer? It is I who am doing. I tell, God is doer, why should I suffer? Or, I am not responsible for my sins. But do we really feel in the heart of heart that God is doer and I am not doer? This is all for argument's sake. The external mind wants to play. But really when the heart understands that God is doer and is no more doer, he will never do a sinful act. And by chance anything happens to your body and mind, he will not be held responsible. Because that ego of doership is not there. If ego of doership is not there, just like I kick someone in sleep, I will not be responsible. I don't even know that I have kicked someone. But in waking state, if I do, in sleep we'll be moving hands, feet, this, that and all. But we don't feel that we are responsible. Ego is not there, body is acting. Even after realization of God, why a person becomes free from the karmic cycle, that whether he does good or bad doesn't affect him, is because of the absence of ego, independent ego. The ego is completely dissolved. Nature is keeping the body alive, acting, do everything. And at that moment, after realization, he can never do what is not to be done. He can never go against the wishes of nature. He will not do anything which nature doesn't want him to do. So this is the Sri Ramakrishna is beautifully explaining here. Sri Ramakrishna looked at the devotees assembled in the worship hall and said, "It is very good to gather in this way now and then and think of God and sing His name and glories. But the worldly man's yearning for God is momentary. It lasts as long as a drop of water on a red-hot frying pan." Worldly person and a person who is in the world, but he is not worldly. Worldly term when we use, he is after the worldly enjoyments. And there is a craving for enjoyment. There is any craving, the deep within, for sense enjoyments will never quench. The more you give, it aspires for more. It will never be satisfied with little. So, it is better use viveka and withdraw from all those which are the causes of bondage and suffering. So, withdrawal with viveka, otherwise again mind will go. Momentary we feel enough of all this, nothing is there. But next moment again mind is running after that. Sri Ramakrishna tells the longing for God also. Sometimes it happens, a momentary pull towards the divine, and next moment it disappears totally, like a drop of water on the red hot fry pan. Worship was about to begin. In the earlier paragraph, you see Sri Ramakrishna looked at the devotees assembled in the worship hall and said, "It's very good to gather this way now and then and think of God and sing His names and glories of God." One is the collective joining has greater effect always, and a disciplined life continues for all the time. Now, when people join with any intention, that intention is always the main point, main thing that works in the brain. Now, I am joining for some social function, say a marriage or a thread ceremony or something, and the whole attention is on these things for which we have joined. When we are joined for sake of God or singing the names and glories of God and coming together and doing worship together or anything, when we join together with God, we are filled with God awareness, God consciousness. It may not be 100%, because nature of man is to be in group and share each other's experiences, share each other's understandings, experiences, nature, problems, all this. But everything is happening in and around God as the center. Now, a few devotees join suppose there is a worship or some disciplinary life like the Brahmo Samaj meetings. Now, when they join together, what is happening is, one is the effect on the society. What am I going to give to the society? If I am sitting alone in my room or in my house and doing my sadhana, I am not giving anything to the world as such. But when I join together, a few join together and do collective celebrations or anything, any function, any worship, any ceremony, then it has an effect on the society. Others see, hear, learn, and the social conditions are maintained by the ceremonies that a few people join and do. Here, when some huge celebrations happen in temple or here there, they spend lot of money. I used to feel formerly, why are they wasting money like this? But now I feel it has to be, because When I went to the North India, one of the meetings, the public meeting, one of the Swamis was telling, look here, do some sadhana, otherwise there will be a fall in your life. Celebrate publicly, otherwise there will be fall of the society. Society falls down. कुछ साधन भजन तो कर लो, नहीं तो तेरा हानि होगा, तेरा पतन होगा. कुछ उत्सव मना लो, नहीं तो समाज का पतन होगा. There is a social uplift, there is a social decline. The natural tendency is to run after the material things and enjoy. And what all we enjoy through body and mind, all sense enjoyments are causes of great suffering and bondage. And the society must lift, because cultural background, now we see the social conditions now all around. I was reminded of my early days of life, school days, boyhood days, childhood days. Now and then comes to my mind, what a beautiful atmosphere it was. A rare vehicle used to move, horse carts, this, that, so many things. In just the independence we had got independence. And the whole atmosphere in the world was entirely different from now. Calmness was there, peace was there. In spite of all struggle for survival, there was some kind of contentment. There was joy in living, and very close to nature and dependent on nature. Now we have come far away from nature. We have reached a very high state in civilization, how to live in this world utilizing the forces and resources of nature. We have grown to a very high level. Civilization has gone to its heights with computer life, but the cultural background has fallen down to the lowest ebb. All are running after enjoyments and possessions, but lack of peace. All have become selfish. All are there. The selfishness was not there. Each is concerned about other. With meager income, it's very difficult for the family to maintain the two ends meet. Yet there was concern for each other, mutual love, a sacrifice. All this is missing now. At the same time, peace was there, though wealth was not there. Now wealth is there, peace is not there. All comforts are there. There is no happiness. Man is running day and night. Then it was peaceful, joyful life. Now running life. And so small families have split into and become, because of the selfishness and self-centered living. What a vast difference we are finding. So this cultural fall and high civilization. Civilization is how I live in the world, sustain myself. From Stone Age, we learned how to cultivate, how to build a house. Now we are in the computer world with all gadgets and all that. But culturally, we were at a very high level of spiritual awareness, pure spiritual awareness. Now we have come to the material level of ourselves being matter as if. So there is cultural fall and civilization uplift. Now what a difference it creates. Now when people join and do the celebrations like that, we are reviving our cultural background. We are reviving our higher level of existence of human life. Otherwise, we are becoming self-centered, self-conditioned, selfish, and living a small life. So Sri Ramakrishna sees them all gathering together in the name of God, not for physical enjoyments, but to transport themselves to a higher level of consciousness from where they are able to enter into the life eternal. The most important part is how will you transcend your own internal nature, anger, greed, lust, all these things. How are you going to transcend? It is a constant pain from within. All enemies are sitting within. And how will you be able to get rid of these? So here individually you will do the sadhana. Collectively also you will do sadhana, helping each other in their path, as if you are going for a journey or a pilgrimage. Going for pilgrimage together, each is helping other, each is raising the consciousness of other. It is not falling down. Now I go alone to a pilgrimage somewhere. The whole path I tread, the temples or anything that I visit, everything is I am alone. And I am subjected to normal life of the external world. Whether I am traveling or whether I am nearing the temple where I am going or anything. Throughout I am in the atmosphere of the world. I will be seeing only world and not be aware of the divine at all. But when we go in groups and Sri Ramakrishna tells singing the names and glories of God together. Here he mentions two things. One, gathering together now and then and think of God. They discuss about God. So many matters come up. Sing the names and glories. So two aspects of our life coming together itself for the sake of God or celebration or anything. In the name of God we are joining, then our consciousness is raised to a higher level. It is maintaining. The moment we part, we fall to our own level of thinking. And when we mix with other people other than the devotees, we still come down to discuss about the world and worldly things. This is the main difference. The worship was about to begin, and the big hall was filled with Brahmo devotees. Just imagine how beautiful it would be, how nice it would be. All devotees, so many devotees joining together to hear or discuss about God, which is going to release them from all bondages forever, from all suffering forever. They are going to enter one day or the other with these tendencies they have drawn to raise their consciousness to highest level of human existence. Devotees filled with the Brahmo devotees. Some of the Brahmo ladies sat on chairs with music books in their hands. The songs of Brahmo Samaj were sung to the accompaniment of harmonium and piano. Sri Ramakrishna's joy was unbound. The one who is in constant union with God, constant union with the nature, with all beings, who has come down to the world for the sake of jivas, to transport them to a higher level of consciousness. Imagine how enjoyable it would be when he sees, when the Vivekananda's Western, this one was over, first visit to the West, after the great victory and presentation of the Hinduism to the world, when he returns and sees the slowly developing institution, the organization, Ramakrishna Math and Mission, with new brahmacharis and all coming, and finally for the Arati bhajan, when he writes the Khandana Bhavandana, in that towards the end, De Langa Ranga Bhanga Baje Anga Sanga Mridanga Gaiche Chanda Bhakata Vranda Arati Tomar. What a beautiful thing he is seeing, all peoples gathering and Sri Ramakrishna's praises are going on. Gaiche Chanda Bhakata Vranda Arati Tomar. He sees as if what is going to happen in future, centuries and centuries later, the whole world as if aspiring to become one. This is one of the important things Sri Ramakrishna is seeing, devotees coming together in praise of God. This is what is going to happen in future because of the perfect harmony with which he lived, and never to point out a single mistake in any religion, any path, or in any awareness or understanding of God, but to show the reality, passing through and practicing all the disciplines that are there in the world, and putting seal of validity on each one. Yes, I have seen this, it leads to God. Yes, I have seen this, it leads to God. I have practiced this. Almost all things he does. And one day the world is going to come to this universal understanding of God, and the whole world together praising Sri Ramakrishna's glory that Sri Vivekananda is viewing. Gaiche Chanda Bhakata Vranda Arati Tomar. This is the Hinduism alone is there which can build up this perfect harmony with all the differences as they are. The varieties will continue to remain, all flourish in their own way, and there will be perfect harmony and mutual help to flourish and grow, to bring peace to the world, to harmony, mutual love, back to the world of the ancient days when human existence had the highest understanding of loving each other. So this is what we see, Gaicha Chanda, accompanied. The songs of the Brahmo Samaj sung to the accompaniment of harmonium and piano. Sri Ramakrishna's joy was unbound. Why this unbound joy? That's what Sri Ramakrishna is expecting. He is expecting not a small group of Brahmo Samaj joining together. He wants the whole world to join together in singing the names and glories of God. The invocation was followed by a prayer, and then the worship began. The Acharya seated on the platform recited from the Vedas, Om, thou art the Father, give us the right knowledge, do not destroy us, we bow down to thee. The Brahmo devotees chanted in chorus with acharyas, Om Brahman is truth, knowledge, infinity. It shines as bliss and immortality. Brahman is peace, blessedness, and the one without second. It is pure and unstained by sin. How they are chanting the Vedic passages or the Vedic mantras. Om, thou art the Father. Give us right knowledge. Do not destroy us. We bow to thee. There are two forces. One is which erases or removes or destroys. Other is what makes evolution possible. One is the evolving, evolutionary process. Another is involutionary process. In the involutionary process, there is destruction and again reappearance. The destruction doesn't end with the destruction. It is a cyclic process of going back to the seed to begin the circle again. It's a cyclic process, repeating. Other is evolution. Evolution, through knowledge, we reach the ultimate. Destruction is involuntary process of forming seed again. The knowledge, the other opposite evolutionary process is attaining knowledge and going back to the source whence we came from. We are treading the path of the prayer is make us evolve and reach back the eternal. We have now in the fold of the time and space bound universe of relative existence take us to the world beyond. So the movement through knowledge is always evolutionary process to go back to the source. Other is destruction. Here destruction is not absolute destruction that we don't disappear. Destruction is fall to the back to the seed form to begin the circle again. We are going on the transmigratory circle again and again. Karma, karma phala cycle. The other is evolutionary process. So the prayer is to give us that knowledge by which we go back to the life eternal. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.